He was the youngest person to ever hold the positions councilman, deputy mayor, and mayor of this Bergen County town. Find out who he is next on Cablevision's Meet the Leaders. Welcome to Cablevision's Meet the Leaders. I'm Debbie Duhame. He served as a member of his township's council for 17 years, including 3 as mayor from 2006 through 2008. Today he serves as Teaneck's deputy mayor. I'm pleased to welcome Elie Katz to Meet the Leaders. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you again. I had you a few years.
I know, I love coming here.
I know, it's wonderful, it's wonderful.
Yeah. And not only that, I'll tell you that one of the items I pride myself on is communication to the residents and keeping them informed. I have my own personal email blast that I send out, my own Teaneck Tidbits once every 45 days. And I was telling everybody in the control room that I'm amazed how many people watch your show. I love it. It's great. You got higher ratings than the Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm sure. So tell me about Teaneck Tidbits.
Teaneck Tidbits is, as I meet Teaneck residents, I try to get their email address, ask them if they want to stay on my list. In fact, someone in the control room, his brother lives in Teaneck, and I said, well, give me his email address. And I keep them informed about different happenings around town, things that I think are important that they should know about. Certainly, we have if there's a snow emergency or if there's any emergency during this Superstorm Sandy.
Oh, yeah.
While I had electric, I didn't have internet in my house. I had to go to the local ambulance corps every single day to keep people informed. I mean, that's life-saving information, believe it or not, especially the first few hours when people still had their smartphones that they can get my emails.
Right, exactly. So, as you know, being so involved in Teaneck, is that one of the most important things to you then, the communication with residents? I think
communication, I mean, I've seen it in business and certainly I've seen it in politics, that communication is the key to success, absolutely. It's not necessarily all the time what you're doing, but how you communicated what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about Teaneck overall right now, the taxes, the budget, how are things going?
Teaneck is wonderful. We have the same budget issues like everyone else in Bergen County. You know, there's limited amount of dollars to go around, and we try to make $1.50 out of $1. But it's a great community. It's got so many different wonderful things to see throughout the town. Whether you're interested in a dog run, we have a dog run. We have a handicap accessible playground that we put in a few years ago. We have nature trails, 20-something parks. If you like the open trees, shade trees,
yeah.
All that.
You know, when you go up and down Cedar Lane, you see the business section of
yes.
Teaneck, and you don't realize there are so many parks.
Yes.
You know, tell us where we would find the parks.
So we have 4 business districts: Cedar Lane, West Englewood Avenue, Teaneck Road, and Queen Anne Road, and they're all doing their own little niches, their own little niches. But as far as the parks, they're scattered throughout. There's one main park in the middle by the name of OT Park.
Right.
That just went and got a brand new turf field.
Mm-hmm.
Teaneck spent about $3 million. So now it's a beautiful attraction, an attractive grass. You know,
mm-hmm.
it's because it's artificial turf, so it looks perfect. And kids we have over 1,000 kids just in our sports organizations that come and play on that field.
Now you have children, so are they enjoying the
I
parks
do.
throughout
So
Teaneck?
I'm embarrassed to tell you that I did have my kids in the sports organizations, but I work very hard, and Sundays is really my only day I get to see them.
Aww.
Yeah, and weekends.
Yeah.
So originally I was taking them, you know, baseball here and baseball there and soccer here and soccer there, and I turned into a soccer mom, and I didn't mind. I really didn't.
You're funny.
It was a lot of fun. But I just felt like I wasn't interacting with them. I mean, they certainly were getting, maybe I was being selfish. They were getting their sports, but I wasn't getting my kids.
Yeah, so you wanted more time with them.
So yeah, so Sundays I spend a lot of time with my kids.
That's great. Now tell us again about like the main business areas. You said there are 4 districts.
Yes.
I know I've been up and down Cedar Lane, such a busy area. How are the businesses doing overall?
So the businesses are doing well. We do have a lot of food places. So Teaneck has really become the mecca of different food, whatever it is that you enjoy, Indian food, kosher food, Thai, vegetarian. I mean, we have Bischoff's that's been there for 60, 70 years. It's got the best ice cream probably in the state. But it's also, that's partially because of the blue laws,
Right.
that our clothing stores and merchandise stores just can't stay open.
Right, they can't stay open on Sundays.
I mean, they just can't survive because they you know, turns into a 6-day-a-week business, and then Saturday you have a large Jewish community in Teaneck, so now it's a 5-day-a-week business, and it's just hard to pay the rent. So we don't have the Gap, we don't have Victoria's Secret, we don't have Banana Republic and some of these other name brand retailers that we would like to attract because of the blue laws.
Okay, but you do have a lot of nice restaurants.
We have great restaurants.
So people want to have a nice meal.
Oh, people come from all over.
Just head right on over.
Yeah.
Tell me about the diversity in Teaneck. I know there are just under 40,000 people.
39,621 residents. It's a very diverse community of all different backgrounds. We've got mosques, we've got synagogues, we've got churches, we've got a Buddhist temple that just applied for some zoning, a Baha'i center. So it's very, very diverse. And you know what, that's good. I think houses of worship are very important for the quality of life of every resident in Teaneck, and that they're an enhancement to the community.
Now, do you see the different houses of worship working with each other for different things in the community?
The answer is we try. We try. I mean, some people are obviously, when you don't know about something, then they're
used to their own community.
Yeah, so they stay into their, and some people really try to reach out and create these multicultural days or diversity or unity days. And we've had unity days in Teaneck where we try to meet different type of cultures and races and religions. I think that's also important that people do that, and Teaneck does a lot of that.
Tell me about the Unity Day. What happens on a
Unity Day? Was great. What we did was we basically reached into all the corners of the community and said, listen, we want you to showcase your organization, your nonprofit, your coffee clutch, your book club, whatever it is that you do that's important to you. We want to showcase on this one day, and we had tables, and people got to share their, you want to join the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the Cub Scouts. Well, this is a little bit of information about that. Would you like to come visit the Baha'i Temple? Well, this is some information about that. Have you ever been into a synagogue? Well, this is some information about that. So people really got to see a whole diverse community.
Yeah, that actually sounds like something that would be nice to do, is to see how other people worship.
Exactly.
It sounds like it's a
everyone's
positive
afraid
thing.
of the unknown, right? That's just human nature. And for you to get a better understanding of what your neighbor goes through,
And tell us about how the people get along. Since it is such a diverse community, does everybody respect each other and get along?
Yeah, yes, but there's always the group of people that, for some reason or one reason or another, don't always want to get along. Not to be Debbie Downer, but I have to be truthful.
Right.
Yeah, we try for the most part. Listen, most of the residents are just hardworking residents. They use Teaneck, that's 12 minutes away from New York City, as a phenomenal home to raise their kids. And they just want to, pay their taxes, raise a family, enjoy life.
Yes.
And it's a great place to raise your family.
And it really is great access from the city. You're right on Route 4. And
we're
then
right
you're
on Route
Teaneck.
4. We're right next to 80. We're right next to 95. We're 3 minutes away from the Garden State Parkway. And we're 4 minutes away from all the malls. I didn't realize that when I chose to bring my wife there, that we were 4 minutes away from all the malls.
Then now you're paying for that.
I pay a very steep price.
All right, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll be right back. And please stay with us. We'll be right back to speak more with Elie Katz from Teaneck, the Deputy Mayor. Please stay with us.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism.
Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Meet the Leaders. I'm Debbie Duhame here with the Deputy Mayor of Teaneck, Elie Katz. And again, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me again. I love coming. You know, I look at the different versions of when I was here. Last time, I think I was down 10 pounds. I think now I'm up 10 pounds. And certainly the camera adds 10 pounds.
You look fabulous.
Okay,
don't worry.
fine.
You look fabulous.
Right.
Let's talk about the economic development in Teaneck. Now,
Yes.
overall, you were talking about the businesses and all the restaurants, or wonderful restaurants in Teaneck. What about?
So in 2008,
that?
in 2007 and 2008, we changed the master plan, and we made the zoning a lot more, I guess, more attractive to developers. Then the world, you know, at that point, the world fell apart, and really no one was coming and biting. But now we'd like to attract more developers. We'd like to attract people that want to build some buildings and you know, use Teaneck as a possible redevelopment area.
Are there
we
any
have some spaces.
Yeah, where in Teaneck are you talking about?
So, I mean, I mentioned
our
our business districts. Most of them are 1 and 2 stories currently. They can go 4 or 5 stories. I mean, and there is zoning in place for at least that in some of the areas. There's an industrial area by Alfred Avenue. I'm the chairman of the zoning subcommittee. Yesterday we sent out a letter to all the property owners in this industrial area. I mean, Bergen County, with the price of square footage right now, industry and manufacturing is not really the best place for Bergen County. So these were warehouses that are hundreds of square feet there. And we sent a letter to the owners saying we're looking to rezone, you know, come to a meeting. We'd like to get some of your input, tell you what we're thinking. And it's a great opportunity to redevelop that area.
And when you say redevelop, what do you foresee there in the future?
Well, so it's not set yet. We've actually hired some people to work with some of the developers to come back with like what best use would be. I mean, but I would like to see multifamily. I'd like to see some more commercial, possibly a hotel, office space, even a mixed-use project that encompasses all those above items.
Tell us also about the hospital in Teaneck, Holy Name.
Holy Name Medical Center.
Yes.
We absolutely have one of the best hospitals in the state of New Jersey. And I'm a life member of the Teaneck Volunteer Ambulance Corps. So I'm very familiar with the inner workings of the hospital. And I'll tell you that, first of all, it's a real bonus to have a hospital in your town for many reasons, but the most important reason is the life-saving reason. You know, when you can get a patient into the emergency room in less than 3 minutes, and the patient possibly is in cardiac arrest, etc. It's absolutely critical to have that type of infrastructure in your community. So that's just the most important part. And then it brings people to the community. People go there for visiting. People go there because they're working there, and then they shop at some of our local business districts. So it's a nice feeder to the community. And we also have jobs. Holy Name employs a couple thousand people.
Now, how is the hospital overall? Is it healthy financially?
Healthy. I mean, now I'm in looking out. You know, I'm from out looking in. I mean, it seems like they want to grow. It looks like they're purchasing